When you load the software for the first time, the onboard instructions will ask you if the chamber ERGA cable is connected. And the cable that is referring to is this round connector. And this round connector carries all of the power for your infrared gas analyzers. And you want to make sure to have that cable connected before you answer this question. And the reason is, after you answer this question, all of the power will be sent through the cable up to the sensor head. If you had forgotten to connect your cable and then wanted to go back and connect it later, and you had already answered this question, then there is a risk, if you were to just go ahead and connect the cable, there's a risk you could blow some fuses in your console. So if you've gone beyond this question and you would like to go back and go ahead and hook up your cables, then you'll need to go and put the instrument in sleep mode. And we'll show you how to do that later on in the software section. For now, you can go ahead and answer the question, is the chamber ERGA connected? And just say Y for yes. You'll hear the pump, the fan actually in the console will turn on, and you'll hear a noise in your sensor head. And that noise is this toggle, which we call the match valve. When you go into match mode, you should see your match valve toggle. And you'll notice that it changes positions. The right end of the paddle should go down, and the left end of the paddle should go up. And the match valve will move back and forth to exercise the valve and make sure that that's functioning. The software will continue to load, and eventually you will get to the open screen, which we call our base screen. From here, to go through the preparation checklist, we need to go into new measurements. So go ahead and press F4. The first time you enter new measurements, you will hear the pump turn on. And that's a good indication that the pump is running and working properly. And the very first point of this daily preparation checklist is to check your temperatures. And we want to put line H up on the display. And H contains all of our temperatures, our block temperature, our air temperature, and our leaf temperature. And those sensors are located in the sensor head. We just want to make sure that the temperatures look reasonable. Your block temperature is a thermistor that's embedded in this metal here. The air temperature is a thermistor that's located directly below the leaf mixing fan down inside of this housing. And your leaf temperature is what's being measured by your thermocouple, which is out where your leaf is going to be clamped. This is a good time to check that that thermocouple is in the right position. So a good check for that is to use a flat piece of paper, a business card works really well, and to put it across the surface of your gaskets. And then with your eyes, make sure that you see the thermocouple bead sticking up above that business card about 1 millimeter. And that will make sure that that thermocouple bead makes good contact with your leaf when it is clamped in the chamber. It's also a good time while your instrument is warming up to check for your pressure. And pressure is located on line G. Now from day to day you will have variations in pressure as weather patterns change, but you'll have an idea of at your current elevation what your pressure should be, and just make sure that it looks reasonable. Also on line G, we have an indication of your light sensors. You'll want to remove the red cap from your external quantum sensor and make sure that you see readings change. And if you hold your thumb over that quantum sensor, you should see that value go to 0. And if you uncover the PAR sensor, you should see the value come back up to something reasonable for wherever you are. Now, if you're in a room setting like I am, lights generally are very low in terms of PAR. I'm getting about 11, 12 in this room, and that's very typical for an office. If you are outside and you have a bright full sunlight, you should be expecting about 2,000 micromoles.